By the way, maybe the Niners are cursed at quarterbacks. You know who they're working out today?
Who?
Ian Book.
Why?
He's from Notre Dame, your guy.
Yeah, he was not good at Notre Dame.
He was not good at all.
I did not want him drafted at all. Why are they? But I thought they had Josh or whatever, the Allen guy. Yeah.
Maybe he's hurt.
Why are they working?
Maybe Darnold's hurt.
Only God knows.
Only God knows why they're working out Ian Book. That's a workout I'd love to attend. Maybe they're trying to Darnold back to the Jets. Maybe the Niners got another move here.
Would you do that?
No.
Sam Darnold back to the Jets?
Oh, yeah. What are they giving up? Third round picks? Sure. Here you go. Sam meet Jets. Jets meet Sam again.
I would make that deal in a heartbeat.
But then again, Brandon Allen will be your backup.
Well, the play-by-play guy would be so ecstatic because he's been hyping up Brandon Allen for about 6 months now.
Brandon Allen might be good. You know what?
Yeah, and I might be a billionaire.
You know what? I'm not going to question the Niners about quarterbacks anymore. Because I thought Brock Purdy would be bad. Now Brock Purdy looks good.
He looks great.
He looks great. I'm not going to question the Niners on how they evaluate quarterbacks. They made the right move in moving on to Trey Lance. They made the right move in making Brock Purdy the starter. So I'm not. Ian Book signs up. Brendan Allen plays. Who knows?
What's the most surprising part of the Niners right now? Is it the Brock Purdy coming out of nowhere? I mean, that story feels still unbelievable. I mean, if they get themselves even if he becomes, let's say, hypothetically, borderline Pro Bowler annually, you're looking at one of the great sports stories of all time.
You know what?
We talk about Steph Curry being an underdog, right? Steph was drafted like 7th.
Yeah, no. Brock Purdy would be one of the greatest. He'd be one of the greatest stories in North American sports history.
I mean, Draymond Green overcame the odds because in the NBA, like a second-round pick feels like a 7th-rounder because there's only 2 rounds.
Nikola Jokic second-round pick.
Right? There is
MVP.
precedent. There is precedent. Like there's been some Gilbert Arenas, the second round. There are some second-rounders that end up being good. The last pick in the NFL draft.
I know. Hasn't lost a regular season game yet. And I think I was blown away. Not only was he out there in week 1, and he ripped it a couple times, but I didn't even really when he threw the touchdown pass to Ayuk, the second one, when he mossed Patrick Peterson, I didn't realize how fired up Brock Purdy was.
Oh my God!
Did you see him run up to Ayuk and headbutt him and yell in his face?
And then he was like doing the whole fist thing on the sidelines.
And then he did the same thing to Deebo Samuel.
Yeah.
So Phil Mike called Steiny and Guru yesterday. And he brought up something that I don't know if we touched on a lot. And there's all this, in training camp, the noise. Are they going to be able to keep the locker room together? And then when they signed Nick Bosa, Trent Williams admitted, this was lingering.
Yeah.
We feel relieved now. Let's go play football. Phil Mike called Steiny and Guru and brought up the word camaraderie. Said there was a lot of camaraderie on that football field on Sunday with this football team. The defense is flying around, high-fiving each other.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy's getting in the faces of his wide receivers, fist pumping. You see Brandon Ayuk standing over Christian McCaffrey on a 65-yard touchdown run, lifting him up. You see Trent Williams and Christian McCaffrey doing a home run swing on the sideline. Camaraderie. One thing this locker room hasn't done, and it's a credit to Shanahan and this organization. This locker room could have broke in 2021. It could have broke last year. This locker room is intact.
Yeah.
And they play for each other. And they look so relieved just to be out there playing football on Sunday.
A real game.
A real game.
Yeah, I agree.
Knowing that Bosa was back, the camaraderie was there. And it starts with Brock Purdy. I was surprised at how emotional he gets. He really feels it. He really takes control of this offense. He really takes control of the huddle, takes control of the line of scrimmage. And him finger pointing, fist pumping, smiling, making his reads. I was blown away by Brock Purdy's performance. He looked like a guy who had been in the league for 5 years already. He did. He just looked like he was in total command.
Pickett was the first-round pick. In the same draft that he went last, he looked like the first-rounder.
He did.
And Pickett looked like the guy from the 7th round. I mean, just being honest.
Golf swing.
Well, they were doing the golf swing on the sideline, McCaffrey and Trent.
That's what I'm saying.
I loved
camaraderie.
It was great.
Camaraderie there. So,
it's an interesting point that I hadn't considered because they did absolutely look like a team that had been dying to play a real game since losing in February to the Eagles. That's what it looked like to me.
and they look together.
Yeah, they did.
Like, this locker room, you got to give Shanahan credit.
They're on a mission.
They lost those 5 games in 2017 by 3 points or less, 5 straight games. He didn't lose the locker room. They end on a high note. He didn't lose the locker room during the pandemic. Think about how hard that was in Glendale, Arizona. They won a game late. Remember, they beat Arizona, basically pushed them. Arizona still made the playoffs that year, but they screwed Arizona up because Arizona then had to go on the road to L.A. where they got bludgeoned by the Rams. I think the camaraderie, Phil and Mike brought a good point up. They were together on Sunday. That was a team where you look at some of these teams around the league, like Buffalo right now, something's amiss with Buffalo, right?
Well, look at, I agree with that. But there's also, certain guys want to get paid, right? I look at the 49ers, and you've talked a lot about how much, the ownership and front office is spent on players. I think once a lot of guys establish themselves in the NFL, what's the next mission? Is to get paid.
Get paid.
You look across the board. Ayuk is obviously next in line or whatever to get broken off, but all their top dogs have been paid astronomical money, and now it's about not just like justifying it, but it's about winning the ultimate team prizes because they've done all the individual stuff.
Right.
McCaffrey's done individual accolades.
Right.
Debo's had individual accolades. Trent Williams has been a great player for a long, long, long time. Right. Nick Bosa's done individual things. Not that they haven't accomplished team goals. Now it's about unifying together to achieve the ultimate team goal. So it's a good point about the camaraderie. They definitely felt like one unit.
No, they felt like one unit, all phases of the football game. And Baldy's going to join us in 2 minutes to talk about it. I thought Fred Warner's hit into that football game. The more and more I watch that game back, and it goes last night, you're watching this again. I was like, yeah, I can't help it. 4th play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're down 7-0. If Fred Warner cleans up Najee Harris, the game was over at that point. Really, we could have gone home, could have gone to church, added some money to the collection plate. Do what you want to do. That game was done.
Light a candle for the Jets curse.
Yeah, oh, my gosh. And the Niners curse. And the Giants curse.
I had to.
Are the Giants, are they cursed with platooning? The curse of Farhan?
I'll get back to you on that.
The curse of Kapler?
I just think that
the curse of Ryan Walker.
By the way, I found who Gabe Kapler is in the NFL.
Oh, boy.
I have a top 5 list on coaches that I can't stand.
Is he Sean Payton?
No. Sean Payton has his Super Bowl.
Who's his list? I want to hear this list.
We'll get to it.
So Sean Payton, Sean McVay. You're not a Matt LaFleur guy. I bet you he's on that list.
No, not on the list.
Sirianni's on that list.
No, you will have to wait.
Yeah, he's on that list.
I'm not giving you the list. You're ruining it.
I'm trying to think who else could be on that list. Josh McDaniels definitely on that list.
No, I actually have zero ill will towards Josh McDaniels.
Brandon Staley's on that list.
Zero ill will toward the AFC West.
You got Staley on that list. Pete Carroll.
Well,
you kind of like Pete now.
I have an admission to make regarding Pete Carroll. Especially last night when I was at practice with my little leaguers, I realized that, I'll just save it for later.
Oh, man. By the way, Jim Everett the Great's been in our YouTube chat. Jim Everett.
The real Jim Everett?
Yeah, the guy who fell down when he saw Ghost against the 49ers at Eddie Dye.
Number 17
game. Yeah.
For the Rams?
The one who punched out Jim Rome.
Yeah. The Chris Everett tennis player is in a commercial recently.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
She is. Ian Book working out with the 49ers according to Tom Pelissero. Ian Book.
So we're trading Brandon Allen.
I don't know what's going on, man.